The secret to every thriving garden. Oh God, this is hard. Ooh, look what I'm doing for y'all. The secret to every thriving garden starts here. Not this, or just this. Maybe this. It all starts with these. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tony. I'm what you call a chaotic gardener. However, today I wanted to share why my chaos really works. It all starts with soil. That's the secret, and that's what we're going to be sharing today. I always heard people say, make sure your soil is well drained or it's not too dense. Like, what are these people talking about? Like, what are they talking about? And maybe I was one of those people that told you that. So I'm going to share what does that really mean and how to make sure you have the right soil and that your plants survive. Because if you're searching for things like, why is my plants dying, or how do I get better plants or better crops, it all starts and ends with your soil. Because it took me some years to finally figure out that we here in Florida have what you call sandy soil or clay soil. It is really dense. I have some samples here that I wanted to show you. I actually digged up some of my sandy soil here and wanted to show you how this really makes a difference in growing your crops. Healthy crops, no matter what seeds you put down, they will thrive, because if you have the right soil, you are good. So we're going to talk about the different soils we have in front of us. Let me see if I can zoom in. So I'm trying not to move my experiments here. So we have topsoil. Topsoil, this soil here, let me see if I can get it up for you to see. Topsoil. So this is topsoil. It's one of the cheaper soils you're going to find. And with topsoil, it's really if you're looking to level out something, or if you wanted to mix this with different soils. So if you're going to the store, you see so many options, you're like, I'm going to get the cheap one. Don't do it. Don't fall for it. Your plants will be suffocated because it's very compact. So you don't want to just use topsoil alone. So let's move over to our compost. Now this is the golden secret. Let me see if I can get it in view. I am working hard here, guys. Hold on. This bag actually tells you everything that is in it, and I actually really like it. I actually went out and got what was available. I actually went out and just got what was available to us in our local stores. And this one was there, and it actually talks about what's in it. So it used perishable foods, and then they convert this to compost. So what is compost? So compost is really just mixing in, converting your old kitchen scraps, bananas, apples, coffee grind, eggshells, like you grind up eggshells, and you're mixing it with your yard waste, like leaves, old wood, cardboard, and you're allowing that to stay some time in that whatever area you're putting it in, and you feed your plants. So there's some heavy feeders, like our watermelons need these compost. You can add it to any plants that are heavy feeders, and it will continue to feed your plants for a certain amount of time, and you add more compost as time goes. It also helps balance out moisture. So let me see if I can get some more gloves. Actually, I'm gonna just use my hands. Let me show you compost. Our compost, you guys see that? It's very fluffy, airy. Oh, it's rich. It's very rich. So I have some experiments back here you'll see going, and I'll give you an update on what I'm doing and testing the soil. So that's compost. So I know your question, can you use compost by itself? Technically, yes, but I don't recommend it. Here's why. Compost by itself can be too rich and it can burn your plants, or it can be too compact and plants will suffocate. So it's best to mix it with like your peat moss that you have here, or topsoil, or even your container mix to help with balance out the nutrients if you want to ensure that you don't suffocate your plants. So it can be used, we just don't recommend it. So I'm actually going to be adding some compost to some of our plants that we need some more nutrients, like our watermelons that I planted, our cucumbers and squash need some more nutrients, that I will just add some to the top layer, and eventually it'll feed the plant. It'll feed the plants. Oh crap! Oh, my knee. I gotta use my hands again. So peat moss is very fluffy. Take a look. See how airy it is? It's just flying away. So peat moss is light and fluffy. If you want to mix it in with your topsoil and your compost, it's great. Or you can use cocoa coir. That's a great alternative as well. And it's by itself, it's a little acidic. So if you're using it by itself, it may start off your plant, but it's not a great way to keep. It's not something to keep your plants in long term. So you definitely want to mix it in with some other types of soils too, if your soils are too dense. So I know you heard of perlite. So perlite, you see in your some of your starter kits, you'll see some perlite, right? Let me not show the brand. I ain't advertised before. Okay. So keep your soil airy and help with drainage. So that's why you see them in a pot in the starter mix, and you can actually use it to mix in with if you're creating your own soil. It helps with drainage. I should talk about that. I'll talk about drainage in a second. So I'll say potting mix. So this is potting mix. It's very light. It's very well drained. It's typically mixed with perlite. You may have some peat moss and compost, and sometimes some bark. This is great for your containers. So if you're going to be using containers, I definitely recommend to use the potting mix, because potting mix helps with drainage, which help with the roots, prevent root rot. So it's have everything it needs in the potting mix, and yes, you can make your own. You just don't want to pick up like Florida dirt and put it in a pot, because it will suffocate your roots and your plants will start off well, but then it'll die off a little later. So want to be careful making sure you use your right mix in the containers or in the raised beds. Because if I use the Florida mix, like you can see right here, oh, it's so heavy compared to my mix. It is dense, very dense. So it started off very well, because actually I planted a seed in here. It hasn't done a thing yet. Look at this. It's very, very thick, and I can get some in my hand. This is a Florida. So if you was to get a Florida soil, like the sandy soil, and then it becomes clay, see that? It becomes like clay. It's not going to work. So yeah, it just sits at the top. So you're going to waste a lot more water with this one. Oops. Just like sand. So this is why you don't want to just use your Florida soil. You're going to waste a lot more water. Just compare it to this soil that I made myself. I'm going to get some right here in my hand here, and then the Florida mix here. See the difference? You don't want to do that. So it's going to suffocate the plants eventually. And I'm telling you that because I have learned my lesson. I did it already. I don't want you to do it too. And save your plants. I'm trying to save your plants, guys. So if you heard anything, don't just dig up the dirt in your backyard and put it in some pots, because it'll start off great and they'll die. Oh no, they'll be unalive. So if you want to make sure that your plants are still thriving and continues to thrive, your potting mix is going to help it. It's going to give the nutrients it needs to continue to do what it needs to do. Basically, that's all in a nutshell. This is the in-ground soil. This mix here is made to help with your existing native soil. So if you want to plant in the ground and you want to modify your soil or help with your soil, you're going to use the in-ground soil, because it's providing the nutrients it needs to help with those, like the Florida soil that has no nutrients in it. So making your own compost is pretty easy. This box I had going for some time now. I got to actually cover it with some more wood, but you want to layer it. So I'm going to be adding to my compost. I have in my hand some coffee grounds. It's going to actually help with keeping these bugs away or pests away because of the smell. But before I put that on top, so you want to layer it like a lasagna. I have some old leaves, brown, some cardboard in here already. Let me grab my kitchen scraps. We have some banana I ate this morning. See, I'm healthy sometimes. And so we're going to add, you can make sure your eggshells are crushed, but I don't have time right now to do that. Mostly bananas, onions, apples that my kids did not finish eating. I just added my kitchen scraps, whatever other kitchen scraps you want to throw in here. Any veggies, fruits. I'm adding the coffee grounds. See, you have more, but I had stopped drinking coffee for some time now. Put that in there, and then I'm gonna layer it with some more green. So this is actually cutting down some trees, some palms. Let me see if I can grab some. Hold on. From my palm trees, and I added some cardboard to help break this down into nice compost. So guys, that's all I have. So if you were just thinking that your plants are not doing well, it's not just you. It's not you. It's the soil. Blame it on the soil, but do it right. Hopefully I help you, save you some money from having to do this over and over again. And after 5 years of doing this, hope I save you some time. So guys, let me know in the comments what type of soil you currently have. Are you in Florida and you have the same sandy soil we have, or clay soil? Share some tips Again, guys, I learn from you all the time. So I'm always open to hear some of the tips that you have in saving money. That's what we're here for. We're growing together, guys. So thanks again. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye. I'm into the garden. I actually use the right soil for this. This is my raised beds, and I have nice peppers and nice vegetables coming in. My popcorn didn't do too well because I threw it in the ground. And look, I still don't take my own tips sometimes, but look at these onions, because they're in nice raised bed soils. I finally got parsley. I finally got things that are thriving. Look at my tomatoes. If you see my beginning videos, I talked about tomatoes and not doing well, and these tomatoes are doing fantastic because they're in the right type of soil. Here's a big difference. So I have cucumber here, planted it at the same time. My husband and I planted these cucumbers. We have a cucumber competition at the same time. This is in ground. I didn't modify the soil. I actually forgot. I threw it in there. Our Florida soil. Look at it. Let me show you his. Same time now. Put them in the right container with the right soil, and look at that. So I'm gonna call this a win. I lost this competition, guys. I can't even try to lie. He won. But using the right soil matters. Look at all of these plants that are doing great in their container. This is actually an avocado. He cares about his plants. You can see the difference. He covers them. Oh God, look at his tomatoes. Look how beautiful that is.